Hello, today I'm going to show you how to set up a reoccurring meeting for your Epic Live class on your Google Calendar. Um, we're always kind of in transition as to what scheduling app we should use to help organize the classes. So whether we have a good system in place or not, it's always still a good idea to put your reoccurring event on your Google Calendar so that you can communicate with students and parents, and you can make sure that you have all the information you need on your own calendar, easy for you to view and refer back to at any time. So I'm going to use the Summer Bridging program to show you how I'm going to set up my 8-week reoccurring class on Tuesdays from 2 to 3. So go to your Google Calendar, click Create, and I like to hit More Options because it gives me a big screen here. My event's going to be on Tuesdays, starts on Tuesday, July 9th, and it is from 2 to 3, so I have that set up. This does repeat, so I'm going to click on the word Do Not Repeat, and I'm going to click Custom. Custom is going to allow me to make sure that this repeats on Tuesdays, and it stops after 8 occurrences because this is an 8-week long class, and it's going to happen once a week every Tuesday. I'm going to put the title for my class, which is Geometry with Kristen Disney. And then I'm going to click Make it a Zoom meeting. I always like to check this to make sure this is the meeting that I want my students to come to, because I like to use my personal meeting link and not a registration link. If you use a registration link, that's fine. You're welcome to do that. If you want to check your personal meeting settings, you can by clicking on Zoom and logging in, and go to your meeting link, to your personal meeting room link, and right here you have a link to add your Google Calendar. This will allow you to have Zoom embedded into your Google Calendar, and it will use your personal meeting link to direct all students to that right location. If you click on Profile, you can check right here to make sure that your personal meeting link is exactly as you want it. And if you want to customize it with your phone number like I have, you can do that here. Okay, so now that I've got the title, I've got the date, I've got it set to be on weekly on Tuesdays for 8 times starting on the July 9th. So I've got my meeting link. Now what I can do is I can come right here and I can type a little bit of information, such as come meet with me on Tuesdays as we explore geometry as it is used in building structures, because we're going to use a building theme to go along with my geometry class this summer. So type some information in right here. It's really handy. Then you're going to want to add Epic Live to your meeting. Add Epic Live to your meeting for a couple of reasons. One, it gives us a master calendar for in case we need to locate a link really quickly, or we have a teacher that's called us or contacted us in a panic and can't find the meeting link because there's students trying to locate the meeting link, and we're all kind of in a panic. And if we have a master list, we can quickly go find that information. Another thing that this is handy for too is so that we can kind of keep track of what classes are being scheduled for a particular day. Another reason why it's important for you to have this meeting link on your Google Calendar, because if you need to make a schedule change, you're the one that controls that. This is your calendar event. You get to control that. For example, I'm doing July 9th, and we have a PLC in July on a Tuesday. So I will need to notify my students that we are going to meet either the Monday before that PLC or the Wednesday after. And this is a really great way for me to manipulate this schedule just a bit. All right, so next is you want to invite students. So you might create a roster, or we will give you access to a roster to the students that will be in your class. And all you have to do is just highlight and copy all of those email addresses for all of those students and add them as guests. You can do it in one quick, simple little click. Highlight all of them at once, right click, copy, stick them right here, right click, paste. I always like to invite teachers of all the students who are in my class into my event, and I always like to invite parents, anybody who I have their email address, who may be connected to a student that is going to be attending my class. This is important to do. Go ahead and make it to where you can't see the guest list. That keeps your guest list private, and then make sure that they can't invite others to this class either, because this is my event. When I click save, it will say, would you like to email this Google Calendar to your guests? And you'll say yes, send, and then it's on your calendar. I'm going to flip over and you can see that it has popped up for every Tuesday all the way through August 27th, because that's the end. All right. So what's really handy about this tool too is, let's say that I would like to send an email reminder about this class. I can click on this event. I can click email the guests, and all the guests can be added to an email message to give them a warning that class time has changed, or I'll be running a few minutes late, or maybe they need to bring a calculator to class today, or something like that. This is a really great way for you to send some quick correspondence to everybody who's been invited into your class. And like I said, I am going to need to make sure that that PLC gets rescheduled. So this is a really great way to make sure that you can keep track of your own schedule and make sure that your Epic Live class runs smoothly and everybody knows exactly when and where they need to be each week.